Oh, the bell's ringing. See, it's 8 p.m.
Yeah.
5 p.m. I was
We
young.
were all younger then.
Well, you don't have to stand in line. It's not because you're older. It's because you're richer.
I was younger 10 minutes ago.
Being older. Hello. Yeah. Is everybody enjoying this wonderful Tuesday evening, wherever you are? Yeah, isn't it great? It's fantastic, right? Yeah, boy. I remember before the internet, when they used to call what we're doing now hallucinations.
Yeah. Multiple personalities.
Yeah. So somebody put out this thing called 12 Things to Do in Second Life That Aren't Embarrassing If Your Priest or Rabbi Finds Out. And then left the whole page blank.
Yeah. Amen.
But here's what they said. Visit Amsterdam, talk to other people, dance, listen to music, build and create things, okay? And they went through these 12 things, okay? And they didn't get to any of the good things, right? Role-playing games. How many of you have role-played it here in Second Life? How about you, Doc? Have you ever role-played? Yeah. Do you remember when sightseeing was a lot of fun in Second Life? We'd go over these Sims and look at them and see what was going on and who built what. Now you go over. I went to one Sim that was selling clothes. They said, "Oh, new, the latest thing," and it was all in Prims, not even Sculpties. I think there are people who've died and still have their thing on Second Life Marketplace. You know.
Oh, seriously.
I left
the
the
Linden's
family
Collective.
business.
There's a.
Do you? Yeah.
There's a famous guy who's known for making
Doug Grunwell.
DS2 gun systems. He passed away a few years ago.
Yeah.
He had one of the most popular stores in SL.
Doc Grun will take dead citizens. It's not going to any live ones.
He's trying to kill him, I hear.
Yeah. Oh, boy. That's great. I love Second Life. It is fabulous. It's so much fun, isn't it? Don't you think? I mean, compared to the alternative.
Oh, God.
I mean, where else can you find somebody wearing 65 triple Ds wandering around Second Life? Lola. Yeah. And now they make skirts and stuff for people with real fat behinds. It's really incredible. But I'll tell you, if they made this stuff in First Life, can you imagine this new mesh? So I go in the store and I buy a new dress, and I start to walk out, and my leg comes through, my hip comes through, my arm comes through. Just great wandering down outside the mall. Yeah. Yeah, here somebody said one of the funny moments in Second Life was they were saw a lot of people with pigeons splat on their heads. So I guess pigeons, somebody created a pigeon that could actually splatter people. That's a good little griefer, huh? Yeah. Another funny moment in Second Life was somebody who came across a long-lost cousin in Dirty Talk.
Oh, great.
What do you do in Dirty Talk when you've used up all your Dirty Talk? What do you do then? What do you say? Not much to say, right? Yeah. And what do you think about mesh hair? That stuff is unbelievable. I mean, oh my God, if you danced with one of us wearing this, guys, I mean, we'd stick to you. You know that. The hair would just stick to you and be stuck to your face, right?
It's like the 70s.
Yeah. So, yeah, too much hairspray. Do you remember too much hairspray and girdles? No, you guys are all too young. Yeah. Hairspray and girdles. Now it's Spanx, and she's a billionaire now. How about that? Blakely's. Yeah.
Girdles
Yeah,
work
until you have
too.
to get naked. Oh, yeah. Right. One of the things I loved about Second Life, I really loved this, was absolutely amazing. In less than 3 seconds, I learned how to river dance.
I don't want to hear it.
Animating your thing.
You haven't
What
been out
don't
for the
you like?
Irish today.
No, that's not negative. That's a positive. Didn't you hear that was a positive? River dancing's hard. I mean, it's really great, you know? Yeah. I wonder if they have sex that way too.
Yeah, a Highland fling right in the middle of it. Woohoo!
Oh,
I've been exercising. I lost 43 prims last month.
Right, there you go. Absolutely. Here are some interesting things. Criticisms of Second Life. I don't know if you've read these. There's a Wikipedia on them. See if any of these are problems that you've ever had. Quality assurance, frame rate, congestion, interface, Windows Vista, alternative accounts, isolation and addiction. How about that? Isolation and addiction. That's why Doc Fran's in here.
Self-imposed.
Our flying penis is on that list.
Right. Yeah, a whole thing about one of the problems. This is on sex. In France, a conservative family union, Famille de France, sued Linden Labs in 2007, alleging that Second Life gave access to minors to sexual content, including bondage, zoophilia, and scatophilia, as well as gambling, advertisement for alcohol, drugs, and tobacco. Gee, it's too bad they didn't find the other shit that was going on around here.
They told us where to go.
Oh, yeah. Here's another big criticism. The meaning of ownership in Second Life. Right. Okay. Don't you think we all knew better when we bought digital land? Do you remember trying to explain to one of your friends that you bought land in Second Life? Do you remember when they defriended you in First Life and never called you again?
You're fucking crazy.
Yeah, right. You're talking about buying digital land. Right. Yeah. Yeah, the whole of Second Life is like a subprime mortgage by Goldman Sachs, right? Yeah, and the terms of service keep changing. But I like this. This one was a criticism, virtual riot. How many of you knew in 2007 there was a virtual riot between members of the French National Front, who had established a virtual headquarters in Second Life, and an anti-racism activist, including Second Life Left Unity, a socialist and anti-capital user group? You can just imagine what kind of fun they must have had here in Second Life, right? I'm really sorry. Yeah, we are going to nuke your territory. Yep. So there's a lot of things about Second Life that people don't really find very good. And oh, that's very nice. Somebody's got an IBM Selectric. I can hear it. I didn't know you could hook that keyboard up to your computer.
Wait until you hear the carriage return.
Yeah. Do you remember that? The IBM Selectric had this little golf ball thing that was, like revolutionary compared to other typewriters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very cool. Yeah. If you had kept yours,
Lauren.
it's now probably, yes? What?
Did you ever talk to the service representatives who came out to service your IBM Selectric?
No. Did
What
you?
you had to do was to say, "I'm having trouble with my ball." And they would
And if
immediately.
you had you had several of them, you'd say, "I'm having trouble with my balls," right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Well, no, they would no, they would. What they would always respond, thoroughly trained. You are having trouble with your typing element, are you? And I would say, well, yes, I can't keep track of my balls. And your typing elements, yes.
Yes. Yeah. And I like the whole thing. This is before we had whatever, when you could go back and erase on a Selectric by just pressing a back button. It would disappear by whiteout. I don't know who has the last bottle of Whitehouse, but I'm going to tell you something. That is a collector's item. I'll put that on eBay for some big money. Right next to I wonder about the person who paid $22,000 for that grilled cheese sandwich that looks like Jesus Christ. What does it look like now, 3 or 5 years later? Well, we never knew that Jesus was black. No, I never said that. I didn't say that. Come on now. Yeah. Somebody told me they saw this movie, 12 Years a Slave. Yeah. I said, oh, was that one of Doc's gun subjects? They don't usually last that long.
That can't be true. Second Life's only been around for 10 years.
Do you remember Update Wednesday? Anybody remember Update Wednesday? That was a hell of a day. That was some day.
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah.
What is the sunshine you speak of?
And do you remember when that little thing, the thing that shows you logging on, would take like 7 minutes to log you on? It would just go and move, and you'd be watching it. Like you could have gotten up and done something useful, like gotten a cure for cancer or something, but instead you'd watch that
Yep.
stupid thing.
When did it? I'm
Tapping
gonna go
your
make a
foot.
sandwich. I'll be back.
Yeah, exactly. And then you come in on the new update, and none of your shit would work anymore, and somebody else would say, "Oh, everything works perfect for me. Oh, my computer's working just great."
Yeah, you're,
Right.
yeah.
That's correct.
Your inventory has one left shoe and nothing else. That's it.
Right. Yeah. Or the old days when you teleport with a shoe up your ass and you're here too. I thought, oh, wow.
Oh, that was so.
These are old days for those of you who are new to Second Life. These are some of the old days of Second Life from way back when. What were you saying, Haley? Nothing. We have a nothing. Sorry. I can't remember. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I was in bed with my girlfriend in First Life the other night. We're lying there in bed, and she says, "You know that movie that we saw, that French movie that was about the ones who had Alzheimer's and whatever? Do you remember the name of that movie?" I started laughing so hard in bed. I couldn't believe it. I said, "What, are you kidding?"
You said what movie?
Oh, yeah.
With that
Yeah.
movie. Oh, I'm so
We have
sorry.
somebody new performing here tonight. Mendoa Dragonash. Yeah, yeah. He's like a
Oh,
comedian singer of some sort. What?
Oh,
What,
Lando
Jamie?
Dragonash. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I've
Do you
known
know
him
what I'm
forever.
amazed by? I know 3 or 4 of his cousins because I know other Dragon Nashes in Second Life. Have you ever come across somebody with your same last name in Second Life? Yeah.
Yes.
Not for about 7 years.
Jesus, she was truly a relative of yours, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That typewriter's working really well, by the way. I want you to know. I got some oil here. You can put it in and see what happens. Yahoo! Yeah. And I'll tell you, some of the fun is when you have a computer, you've been in Second Life for a while, and you come and log in, and you check your frame rate, and it goes 1. I mean, like 1. What is that? Who's typing? Who is
I don't
that
know, but
typing?
they're very loud. Well, let me see.
Yeah, who is that typing? Could it be Cat?
Yes.
No? Do we know who it is?
So I'm not doing my.
Somebody's got something going on that's big time. We need somebody to figure out who is that person, right? Wow.
Mm.
That's pretty interesting noise coming out there. So it's Velvet.
Yeah. Even if you have this electric.
Velvet, you're really Velvet. You got to fix that. Velvet, if you're listening,
She is.
how do you like these people that come to the show? They turn on their open mic and they leave somewhere in First Life and just leave it open, you know? Or maybe it's their cat. Oh, Velvet, are you a cat? Oh, you're in Second Life. Yeah, it's hard with your whiskers typing, right? Oh, right. Oh, my God. We have some comedians tonight. Unfortunately, none of them are here.
Oh.
Okay then.
Oh, yeah. Here's an old thing from 2007. I get a kick out of this. You know, I love going back to the old times when things were here. Reality is catching up with Second Life, the much-hyped 3D website that lets users create alter egos called avatars who can walk, chat, fly, have sex, buy, and sell virtual stuff for real money. The ballyhoo surrounding this online community has led multinational brands from Reebok to Toyota to establish beachheads in Second Life. Let me tell you, thank God that was not a World War II beachhead because they would have been run out. In April, March research firm Gartner predicted that by the end of 2011, 80% of active internet users will have some sort of presence in a virtual world. Another big fucking mistake, right? Yeah. It's like Twitter. What, it came public for $20 billion, right? Yeah. Yeah. In 140 characters or less, make me $20 billion.
Yeah, that's right.
Give me a break. I love it. Oh, that's a bull market. Well, that's the way that goes. That's good. Oh, Second Life problems. Do you remember some of these problems? Do you remember when you got sculpted here, you thought it was beautiful, and then you came back, and all of a sudden your hair disappeared? You went, where the hell is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I found out later on. How many of you found out later on? You think you look great, but to everybody else in their viewer, you look like shit.
Yeah.
What good is
Why
that?
didn't someone tell me my ass was this big?
Yeah. You need to be able to control other people's viewers, don't you think? Yeah. How about the free things in Second Life? Oh, is that fun? When I first came in to earn money, I could climb a money tree and try to get some money out of it. How many tried that? Yeah. And there was like a gold note on the top that disappeared if you got near it, because somebody else realized how to do beacons and pull it out of the tree before you did. Yeah. Or camping. What happened to all those camping people? What are they? Did they go to Occupy Wall Street? Camping.
I camped.
Yeah. I remember seeing like 50 of them on the roof of a building in an exercise thing, camping as they exercised. By the way, they actually did a real study in Second Life and First Life. They took two groups of people, both somewhat overweight, and said to them, we want you to see what happens. You can exercise in Second Life or First Life, and we'll see who loses the most weight or whatever. And guess who lost the most weight? People in Second Life. And I figured out why, because nobody here ever goes to eat.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I think, yep. I tell you, Second Life is great. Yep. And Google Plus, oh my God. You can join Google Plus if you want and then become a friend. How about Mesh? Now you know who's doing a really great job with Mesh is Dr. Fran. Dr. Fran is just almost at the point that she's creating this mesh that you can see through, but it flows, so you think you see her nipples, but you really don't. It's really an amazing new concept here in Second Life. Yeah. Isn't that something? Yeah, this new whole mesh thing is unbelievable. You put on clothes, you think you look good, and all of a sudden you look like something out of like one of these carnival shows. Your middle section's missing completely.
Mm-hmm.
Ever noticed that? Yeah.
Yes.
And guys, it must be a bitch for you camming up our skirts, Fortunately, I am not wearing a alpha texture, so if you do cam up, but unfortunately, I did not get a bikini wax either. What? That's correct. That's correct. Yep. So, so we have a couple comedians coming up in a minute. We're going to bring everyone up. As you know, Timmery and Catboy are going to co-host next week, and the week after, Doc Run is going to run the show. And the week after that, I should be on time, but I could be a little bit late. It's all relative to what's going on that I have to take care of. But I want you guys to make sure you bring all your friends, because it's a better show when I'm not here, right? Yeah, that's what I always hear. It's such a great show. Right. I heard what Haley said. Oh, my God, Haley. Oh, and on it goes and on it goes. Yeah. Yeah. What? So anyhow, let's bring up the first of our comedians, okay? Who went? I think Doc Run went first last week. So let's.
I was
Catboy,
first
you
last
want to
week,
come up
yeah.
and be first this week?
All right.
Come on up. Let's give a big round of applause
All
for
right.
Catboy. Bring him up. Yay, Catboy. Oh my
Yay.
God, Catboy.
I'm the
look like
stale
something
cake
that belongs on a cake that I don't want delivered to my house.
Yeah, I know. I'm the still cake that got left on the cake. That got left on the ground.
Can't wear pink
Yeah.
next
Yes.
Flash.
Okay, well, I came up with this at the last second. Anyway, does anyone here go to DeviantArt? DeviantArt.
DeviantArt? No.
DeviantArt, never heard of it. Oh my
Yes.
God, Okay, someone heard of it. Yay!
Yay.
They've got like 2 million members. They got it displays artwork. They got like 250 million pieces of art, and they get like 100,000 submissions a day. And out of that, they select the daily deviation that's promoted by the whole website. Well, I got selected today. I just made it.
Wow! Congratulations.
Whoa.
Yep. I've been a member there for 8 years. I've submitted 300 pieces of art, and today I got my daily deviation, the first one ever.
So you're an official deviant now, is that it?
Yeah, I'm a deviant. And by the way,
Look at you. You can walk on air. It's amazing.
I'm a magician. Hey, magic did this. But the piece of art that I submitted is a little animated icon that's about a cross-dressing maid person that just kills monsters.
Okay.
So that's something you're just going to have to look it up. It's a guy in a maid outfit. Kills monsters. But anyway, okay, let's get to the news first. I think I might have to shut the door because I got their company over. I don't want to disturb them. Be right back.
I'll be right back to the FBI.
Talk amongst yourselves.
You don't want them to know what you're really doing in that room.
Mom, I don't want the meatloaf.
Oh, no.
Give me the footlong instead.
Mom! And no.
Oh.
My brother paid me a little surprise visit.
Oh, yes.
I
They're just
almost slammed the
checking
door.
up.
I know. I almost slammed the door in his face because what happened was we had Halloween soon. You know that on Halloween you have what they call Devil's Night, which is like the day before or the day after the next Friday or whatever.
I call that payday.
Of Halloween, yeah. And so I had this knock on my door in like the middle of the night, and I thought, oh, those goddamn kids are out there playing Ding Dong Ditch the Door again, right? And I just went up there to holler, like, you little bastards, I'll God, give it a rest, right? And then boom, there's my brother saying, hi. Which I was not expecting. I don't have a punchline for that. I'm just saying that's what actually happened. Okay, in the news, Mayor Rob Ford, God bless that man for hanging in there, made the news again. He was parodied on Saturday Night Live last weekend by a comedian who was already fat, but had to wear a fat suit on top of his fat so he could look more realistically like Rob Ford. He actually had to do that if you look it up. Rob Ford actually went to a Big and Tall house for a new suit, and he was told to use the rear entrance. And, Rob said, well, are you embarrassed to have me as a customer? And the clerk said, no, the loading dock for the truck in the back is the only door that we have big enough to let you in here. By the way, the Ford Motor Company called the mayor's office and told him to stop using their logo in his political campaign ads. True. And Coke called them up and said, don't you even think about it. Don't even go there. No. Just no. Yeah, we didn't say yes to the Rolling Stones. We're not going to say it to you. All right? All right. So anyway, about his little Coke edition, no, it's not Coke. It's actually crack. I think Ford is full of shit when he says he tried crack. He tried it. Let me tell you something. Nobody tries crack. You try alcohol. You try smoking. You try marijuana. Okay, you girls in college try a little experiment with lesbianism to see if it's the big deal that everybody says it is. Crack is what you resort to when heroin doesn't do it for you anymore, all right? Saying you tried crack is like saying, I'm not gay, but I did suck off the entire male cast of Cirque du Soleil, both the touring company and the Las Vegas group, just because I needed to experiment, not because it was gay or anything. Won't happen again.
It's a phase.
Oh, did anyone hear I don't know who this person is. She's a bit of a celebrity in the States. Melissa Bachman. Not the other lady that ran for, not the other Bachman that was running for president. This was Melissa Bachman.
One.
She's a television show host or something. Well, she's in hot water because she posted photos of herself as a big game hunter with several wild animals that she killed herself, somewhere in Africa. Now, Bachman had defended her game hunting because he says it actually helps game hunting, pays for game preserves. I think it says a lot about a person when they say, we will donate money to save animals only if you let us occasionally shoot the animals that you're willing to, that you're trying to save. No, that doesn't really say a lot about her. Okay, moving on. Fox News was complaining that the Bible was found in the fiction section of Costco. Let me tell you something. If Fox News was... yeah.
Okay.
If Fox News was a book, it would be in the fiction section of Costco, all right?
And the
Okay.
Koran was packed right next to the pork
Yeah.
sandwiches.
Oh,
No, go on.
oh, right. Okay,
It's in the kosher food
MSNBC. Does
section.
anyone know who Martin Bashir is? He's a political commentator on MSNBC. Martin Bashir was made to apologize because he said someone should poop on Sarah Palin. Now, I believe in Yeah, I believe in the Rod. I'm sorry, the John Stewart thing. I actually support that more than anyone. But I agree with MSNBC's decision that Martin Bashir went too far. He should be made to apologize for mentioning something as offensive as Sarah Palin. She has no business being on any political talk show, regardless of how much toilet humor is involved. Okay, now, did anyone hear this? This is wonderful. I absolutely love this story. This is my favorite story this week. I love this story. About the 5-year-old kid with the Make-A-Wish Foundation was dressed up as Batman. Did anyone see this? They actually closed down part of City Hall. I think it was in Chicago. And they had these actors dressed up as supervillains. San Francisco. I'm sorry, you're right, San Francisco. So
San Francisco.
that's him. His name was Miles Scott. And they did all of this just so he could pretend he was Batman and save the city. And Miles Scott, otherwise known as Bat Kid, got to ride around in a modified Lamborghini Batmobile. He apprehended villains, more than one, had the Joker and the Riddler. And at the end of the day, President Obama actually called Miles live via webcam to thank him for saving the day. That is the coolest thing ever.
Wow. A young Zimmerman in the making.
Well, after Obama...
But he called her the...
I'm going to be making jokes about Zimmerman this time next week. I didn't get prepared. Sorry, guys, but Zimmerman decided to get arrested sometime after my dinner.
Right. He wanted to meet
Yeah,
O.J.
it's
Simpson.
too late. Yeah, too late. So you'll have to wait till next week for one on Zimmerman. Anyway, after Obama was through talking to Miles, and he was addressing, of course, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, he also said, "Hey, if there are any kids out there who really wish they were web developers, got a position for you." Oh, I love these things with kids and little cartoons and stuff. I grew up with that. Did you know that in 1978 there was a UN treaty to develop... the developing of weapons that use weather as a weapon would be banned. A lot of Saturday morning cartoon villains did not get the memo, particularly G.I. Joe's Cobra. Remember that? I always had the weather dominator. Okay, I'll let that one go.
No, we don't. We all missed that year. We were high.
Yeah, it was 7
We were waiting for Second Life to load. We were sitting here.
Yeah. Sorry.
I remember that
Okay,
year.
that's
Second life to load. That's great, dog.
Yeah, we only had
Go ahead.
7 baud modems back in those days. It took a long time for that to come around. That's why it took 20 years. Okay, did anyone here in San Diego, a creationist museum was denied membership at the museum council? The decision had absolutely nothing to do with whether or not it was a creationist museum. You can make a museum based on any nonsense that you can come up with, really, and be a member. Like San Diego has a museum dedicated to children's imagination, which unfortunately is a thing of the past because of video games. There's a surfboard and bong museum in San Diego.
All right.
Yes.
That's a hell of
The
a
Creation
combination.
Museum was denied membership due to entirely to how it conducts itself in an administrative manner. They said it was not up to snuff. So if you can't run yourself as responsibly as a surfer and bong museum, you really got some problems. Really. You need to get some stuff together. Now, here's some interesting history. Everyone know who John Lasseter is? He's the man that worked for Pixar.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and he's working for Disney right now, making their next films. But interesting bit of history that a lot of people may not know is that Lasseter did used to work for Disney back in the early 1980s, and he was fired for many reasons, but one of them was he was promoting computer animation. That was one of the reasons why they canned him. Well, yeah, congratulations for canning him. He went out and created Pixar right after that and made the classic things such as, Toy Story, Cars, Finding Nemo, huge billion-dollar industry. Anyway, the people who fired John Lasseter went on to create such great classic Disney films in the early 1980s, such as The Black Cauldron, The Great Mouse Detective, Oliver and Company. Anyone remember those? The worst Disney films of all time.
Oh,
Anyway, yeah, way to go. Yeah, those were not the same people who went on to do, Little Mermaid and all the other stuff. That was Michael Eisner. He came after them. But all those people who made those
they won
films,
the Sydney Awards.
yeah, those people, they all passed away by now. They all passed on, and Lasseter is back. He's back with Disney. He's working under a contract. He said, "I will work for Disney as long as you no longer make fairy tales." That's what he said. That's the deal. So Disney has a moratorium on fairy tales, which is a huge disappointment to Lance Armstrong because he wanted to sell Disney the movie rights to his autobiography and his 7 Tour de France victories. Now, I got a story here. I'm afraid I might be actually ruining a joke for Doc Brown because you won't believe this. In the news today, this is a true story. The very first documented case of robot suicide happened the other day. The rug cleaning, yes, this is true. A rug cleaning robot, the Roomba, activated itself, crawled onto a hot plate, having to push a boiling pot out of the way on its own, and it caused the robot to burn up and destroy itself. And if you think I'm making that up, here's the link. There's the link. This actually happened.
Oh, we love it. Oh, my God. The first robot
It wasn't
suicide.
even
I love it.
Doc's
Oh, my
apartment?
God.
Is that why mine's been crying all goddamn day?
I thought it
Figure it out.
was. Isn't that great? And that's all I have for tonight, everyone.
Did you erupt dial up the other one and say, we're not going out anymore?
Good job.
Bravo. What a great routine. That was great. Oh, I love it. The first robot suicide. Don't you like that?
Yeah, Catboy.
Yeah. Well done. Yeah, well done. So everybody's having a good time, right? I mean, come on, we get the show going and we even don't know what we're doing, right? Yeah? Yeah, let's give a good extra applause for Catboy. For the extra funny stuff, yeah. You talk about museums, Catboy, but here are the 10 strangest museums. It goes to show you, people think we're crazy in here, right? Don't they? But listen to this shit that they're doing out there, okay? They're building museums, and somebody's got to curate this stuff, all right? Here's one. The Leeds Castle Dog Collar Museum, all right? They got dog collars, okay? There you go. So, I mean, there you go. All right, that, of course, this has got to be England for half this stuff. They have the British Lawnmower Museum. How about that? Can you imagine that? How about this? They got the International Friendship Exhibition Hall. There you go. Sounds a lot like, one of these, whatever they call them when in Second Life, where you go and meet people that are newbies. What do they call those places? Come on.
Funny.
Welcome
areas.
Yeah. They got the Museum of Bad Art. Founded in 1993, the Museum of Bad Art is the world's only museum dedicated to the collection, preservation, exhibition, and celebration of bad art in all forms. So if you got really ugly shit, you want to send it there and get a tax deduction.
Oh, I know where to go now.
Yeah.
That was one of the first websites on the internet, was actually the Museum of Bad Art. When I was back on the internet, way back in 93, that was one of the
Was that 1893, Catboy?
Way back in 1893.
1893. Were you a bad board?
Yes.
Bad bod.
Bad board.
Bad bod.
There's number 6 is the Marikina City Shoe Museum. Guess where this one's located? Come on, the City Shoe Museum.
Chicago.
Come on, give me. No, come on. Think Imelda Marcos. Probably wiped out recently. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well done. All right, and then there's the Mutter Museum, which is one of the few science museums on the list. It's located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's the medical museum, features medical oddities, wax models, antique equipment, etc. But we'll go on. Then 4 is the Burlesque Hall of Fame. I don't think that's out of hand. Number 3, of course, is the Subla Museum of Toilets. I mean, come on, that's great. So they got a whole museum of toilets.
Okay.
Number 2, all right, I bet you most of you didn't know this. Number 2 is the Vibrator Museum and Masturbation Hall of Fame, okay?
I've been there, but it was always alone.
I want to see the sign for that.
Guess the city that's in. Guess the city. Come on, you should be able to get this
Amsterdam.
one easily. Close. No, Amsterdam could have been. Not New York. Where else? San Francisco, right?
There you go.
Uh,
Oh my.
All right. And last but not least, the Icelandic Phallological Museum. An
Okay.
ode to the phallus. Where have you gone? Where will I find you? Perhaps at the Icelandic Phallological Museum. The Reykjavik Museum boasts a penis or penis parts from just about every mammal and sea creature indigenous to Iceland. Can you imagine that? Look what I got. I found this over on the left side of the country.
It looks like a foot long.
It looks like Oh, yeah.
I'll show
And
you
just so
a photo.
nobody forgets, you know who we have coming up in about 25 minutes from now, right? Does everybody know who's coming
Mando
up here?
Dragon Ash.
Yes, exactly. You got to all stay. This is going to be a lot of fun. So here, I just thought this was fun. There's a comedian that I always like, Kathleen Madigan. How many of you know who she is?
Oh, love
Anybody know?
her.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I was reading over her stuff from the 2012 presidential candidates, and she said she was voting no for everyone, and she explained why. She had Michelle Bachmann, no, mainly because there are audio tapes of her saying we are in the last days and her rapture is soon upon us. I don't want a president who thinks it's the last call. I don't know how I'll behave at last call, and it's reckless, argumentative, and ridiculous. She's also called herself a doctor when she didn't have any degrees that would make her an actual doctor of anything. I thought only comedians did that when you get to check the box on an airline website for your title. We do it to make fun of ourselves. Welcome, American Airlines, Dr. Madigan. And then I laughed quietly and said my head. Ron Paul. No. Ron wants a revolution. Frankly, who doesn't like a good revolution? But he's too thin. In order for me to follow someone down a road of complete destruction and reconstruction, they would have to weigh more than my mom for me to feel secure. If he gained 30 pounds,
For when the shooting starts.
right. Newt Gingrich, no, probably the most intelligent and well-informed guy out there. But I've let go of all my Dayglow accessories, so I can't go back to the 80s. And if your election team keeps running from office as if their asses are on fire, you must be a dick. There are so few jobs. You must be a colossal asshole if your employees are running out screaming, I quit. I'd rather starve than see your fat ass one more day of my life. I did, however, enjoy his bitch slapping of Chris Wallace during the last debate. Mitt Romney. No, I don't believe he is an actual person. He and his family look like pictures of the families already in the frame when you buy.
It's the people you get when you buy a wallet.
Romney family photo. He claims he's never had a drink, smoked, or done drugs in his life. Well, now you've made me think you're sleeping with a goat. Something has to be going on to relieve stress, and if it's not one of those 3 above, it only gets weirder from there. The only person more boring is John Kerry. If they ran against each other, I believe it would be a 0-0 tie. Barack Obama, nope. He keeps telling us he needs our help. Well, as it turns out, we're busy. We expected you to do this shit. 9 out of 10 of us don't know who our congressmen, reps, or senators are. So stop telling us to email them. Email us who they are with a link and a box to check, and maybe we'll do that. Rick Perry. No, I've had lots of fun in Texas over the years and met some fun people, but I can't handle another 4 years of someone saying, this is how I would do it in Texas. We know how you do it in Texas. George told us that shit for years, and he doesn't believe in global warming. I don't understand science, but there are YouTube videos of polar bears sweating their asses off on icebergs drinking Coronas in the North Pole. something is fucked up. Maybe it doesn't matter if it's fucked up, but at least admit something's happening. I'm tripping over armadillos on my Missouri farm. Armadillos in Missouri. When I was a kid, they only lived in Texas and Mexico. We only saw them in movies. Not normal. Again, I have no facts to back me up, but armadillos have rave partners on my property. And last, John Huntsman. No one knows enough about this guy. That's weird when you're running for office. You know, to remain obscure and elusive. He didn't say much in the debate, just kind of stood there. Maybe that's what we need, a president no one knows anything about. He looks like a president. He has normal name. He hasn't said anything too fucked up. That may be the most we can hope for at this point. Gene Simmons likes him, and I like Gene Simmons since I'm lazy and Gene's not. At least consider not making a judgment on the mystery man yet. So there you go. I thought she's great. She's funny as can be. You know, which you gotta. One of her things, she does this thing on religion, and I don't remember the whole thing. She goes through each of the different religions, but the one I like was the one that's on the Jehovah Witnesses. You know, they come knocking on your door. Nobody knows what's happened to them. They don't knock on anybody's door anymore. Anybody got a Jehovah Witness recently? No. So, but they used to knock on your door and want to convert you to a religion that believes only 100,000 people are ever getting into heaven. Would you knock on anybody's door? They might push you out of getting into heaven? No fucking way, man. Come on.
I'd ask him, what number am I on the list?
Right. Oh, and with that, let's bring up Doc. Come on, Doc.
Yes.
Let's get up here.
Yay!
Doc. Whoa, bravo.
All right. I don't have a lot this week because it's been a busy week at work.
I'll try to make it 19 minutes long.
I'll do my best. Yeah.
Yeah. Doc's all broken up because he lost his robot recently.
Well, as a matter of fact, Catboy, I came back. In fact, you didn't ruin my robot joke. You introed me, so thanks for a good segue. I came back to my apartment this Sunday night because I live here during the week. I couldn't find my Roomba. It wasn't in its charging station. It wasn't cleaning the floor. I couldn't find it. I finally tracked it down under the bed. It was getting it on with my iPad.
Imagine the offspring.
Now I have a cute little tiny vacuum cleaner that plays YouTube videos. You ought to see it.
Oh, I want one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Catboy's already making one. Second one.
Yeah. I was just a couple things, and then we'll get into my late night lightning round. I was closing my pool down this weekend. I haven't had a lot of time because I've been working a lot of hours, and I barely get home. But I had to pull the ladder out of the water. It's one of those plastic ladders, and you fill it with sand so that it doesn't float away. Now it's quite heavy, okay, and I'm quite stubborn. I could have got my wife to help me, but no, I'm Doc. I'm going to do this, okay? I went to lift it up onto the deck, and I had it almost out of the water, and my feet slipped, and the thing dragged me into the pool. And I am now swimming in 6-foot deep, 45-degree water. And I had to swim over. I felt like that guy on Titanic, where he fell asleep and he was frozen on the fucking rafter. I can now honestly define the term male shrinking with great detail, okay? And I can tell you how my genitals taste because they were in my mouth so fast I almost choked on them, okay?
Oh.
Now, anybody see this? I love Kmart. A new Kmart Christmas ad went live a couple days ago. And its racy nature is catching plenty of flack and a lot of laughs. The ad, you got to see this. You got to YouTube this or you got to Google it. It's called Show Your Joe. It features 6 men playing handbells while they stand behind a table. The table and bells are soon pulled off the screen, and the men, who appear to be wearing tuxedos, are shown to be clad in Joe boxer shorts. Okay, the men then start playing jingle bells by shaking their hips and ringing their bells at the camera. Okay.
No.
Oh, absolutely. It is fantastic. Okay.
Love it.
The video has been met with Kmart. The video has been met with both criticism and compliments on Kmart's Facebook page. Comments: not shopping at Kmart, definitely tasteless. Your ad is disgusting and very distasteful. Another one says, not everyone found the ad to be offensive. Love the new commercial. I love your Show Your Joe commercial. Now, this isn't the first time an ad from Sears, a.k.a. Kmart, has stirred up controversy. You guys might remember about 6 months ago, they came out with a Ship My Pants ad. Okay?
Oh, yes.
If you haven't,
I remember that.
ship my pants, ship my pants. I always ship my pants. It was the best ad I've ever seen from a retailer anywhere. I played it over and over off my phone to anybody who would take the time to watch it. I love the old guy at the end that says, "I just shipped the band," which reminds me, Haley, it's November. It's time to change my bed sheets. Okay. Okay. A little bit of news. Okay, this is true. This week, North Korea publicly executed about 80 people, mostly for watching banned South Korean television shows. Okay, they herded about 10,000 people into a local stadium, made a big event out of it, and they had them witness a public firing squad for watching TV. Okay. Now, after the execution, they apparently showed an episode of live, and 4,000 people killed themselves. In Toronto, my favorite city, Mayor Rob Ford was this week stripped of his powers by his council, making him a literal lame duck. Now, in a move that's destined to be progressive, they appointed Catboy mayor instead. And on his first day of work, they took one look at him and appointed Ford Emperor of Canada. Something about being able to accept Ford's actions in a drunken cocaine-fed stupor as opposed to Catboy's wardrobe choices when stone sober. I don't know about that myself. Now, as I said, I don't have a lot this week, so we're going to go right into an extended version of, from the late night talk shows, the lightning round, and we got a lot. Yesterday at the White House, President Obama met with various leaders of the American Indian tribes. He promised them, "If you like your medicine man, you can keep your medicine man." On Monday, President Obama paid tribute to America's oldest living veteran, 107-year-old Richard Overton. Overton credits his longevity to drinking whiskey and smoking 12 cigars a day. Now, there's a health care plan we can all get behind. According to a new report, over 1 million Californians, Haley, are losing their health insurance due to Obamacare. In fact, some are so angry, they've already gone back to Mexico. You know that smiling woman who was featured on the homepage of healthcare.gov? She asked for her picture to be removed after she was cyberbullied. She's hiding where nobody can find her at healthcare.gov. It seems that everybody's still pretty upset about the Obamacare website. The Department of Health and Human Services emailed 275,000 Americans, encouraging them to give the Obamacare website another try. Then they said, but just one at a time. We don't want it to crash again. Okay. Now, it turns out that a lot of children could lose their dental insurance under Obamacare. So kids might not be able to go to the dentist. Parents are really upset, but the kids are shouting, 4 more years! 4 more years! Toronto Mayor Rob Ford admitted last week he smoked crack while in office. Since then, he's said multiple times he won't step down. Legally, they can't force him to. Now, the city council held a meeting to vote on whether or not to ask him to resign. That seems very Canadian to me, don't you think?
Yes.
Now, regarding Obamacare, again, many scam artists are trying to take advantage of the problem with the Obamacare website. Experts say you can tell it's a scam site if you enter your information and it quickly and efficiently signs you up for health care. Walmart this week, and along a lot of other stores, announced that this Thanksgiving they're opening earlier than they ever have. What better way to celebrate the pilgrim's arrival than buying shit from China? That's what I say, right? U.S. intelligence community is hoping to update their facial recognition technology. It's the government's way of trying to keep up with Bruce Jenner. It just came out that President Obama brings a portable tent with him overseas trips so he can read classified documents. He sets up a tent in his hotel room. Obama says it's a good way to avoid being spied on while he keeps track of who he's spying on. Yeah. Okay. And yesterday, President Obama honored the oldest living veteran again, a man who's 107 years old. Today, Obama told him, "You can finally come home from Afghanistan." It seems that during his re-election campaign this year, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie paid $46,000 to get advice from former strategist for Mitt Romney. The advice he got? If you ever want to be president, don't listen to us. Today, a reporter asked Chris Christie, what do you think of 2016? And Christie said, I think it's a good way to get down to it. What do you think? Now, 60 Minutes had a story that turned out not to be true about Benghazi. They had to apologize. And then today, they were embarrassed again. Turns out that stopwatch on 60 Minutes is not accurate, okay? A company is now selling bacon-scented deodorant. This is a fact, folks. That's great if you're dating the governor of New Jersey. I don't know of any other use for it, okay? In a new interview today, Sarah Palin, my girl, refused to endorse Chris Christie. Afterwards, Christie told Palin, thanks, I owe you one. This week's climate change talks are taking place in Poland, and they're going to focus on China, the world's biggest polluter. However, that discussion may get awkward on Wednesday when China buys Poland. This is a crazy coincidence. On Friday, Joe Biden took an Amtrak train to Delaware and wound up sitting next to Whoopi Goldberg. Biden said, what's it like making millions of laughs every day? Millions of laugh every day. And then Whoopi said, I was going to ask you the same question. A new record was set today in the 100 meters. It was set by Senate Democrats running away from Obamacare. President Obama said he is sorry that some Americans have lost their existing health coverage due to Obamacare. I think he's getting a little desperate, folks. Today he said, if you like your complete lack of coverage, you can keep your complete lack of coverage. Now, according to the Washington Post, the White House is considering appointing a civilian to lead the NSA. Here's the great part. If you're interested in the job, no need to submit a resume. They already have all your information. They'll call you. Do you know who's going to the Vatican for a meeting with Pope Francis? Evil dictator Vladimir Putin. Pope better be careful, because I bet you anything Putin's going to try and steal his ring. You can just see it. And as you may know, Thanksgiving began in 1621 when the Pilgrims feasted with the Indians and promised them, if you like your land, you can keep your land. The Obama White House website said if you still like your health plan, you can keep it. That's false, of course. The president says they're trying to correct it, but his website people can't seem to log on and get it done. The Obama administration asked Hollywood to work positive methods of Obamacare into its TV shows and movies. So ABC's new zombie drama is now titled The Walking Dead, but not due to pre-existing conditions. Okay. Let's see here. I got one more. Where is it here? New Jersey Governor Chris Christie was reelected by a huge margin. He gave a great speech last night. He said he learned a lot in the last 4 years. For example, lap band surgery does not work.
Wait till that band breaks.
Yeah. And in the recent elections, half the state of Colorado voted to succeed from the United States. This is what happens when you legalize marijuana, folks. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your show.
Bravo. Bravo. Way to go. Thank you, Doc. Fantastic.
Thanks, Doc.
How do you like that? How do you like we have a show that we never had a show? We just do a show. And all of you are so wonderful to be here. Subliminal, thank you for being here. Yeah, and we've got our performer coming up shortly. I don't know if anybody else wants. Easy, did you want to do anything? No, not really. You're just sitting here and enjoying yourself, right? Oh, you know what I'm going to put in here? This, you talk about ads. The top ad in this little thing was really cool. It's an ad for Allegra, and I thought that was a great little ad in case you want to go there at some point and take a look at it or not or what, okay? But that was cute. You made me look that up. So anyhow, yeah. So somebody should open a Home Depot here in Second Life, don't you think? So you could bring in prims that are broken and have them fixed. Yeah, I think that'd be great. I like going into some of these furniture stores and saying, "Oh, the leg under my desk broke. Could you come over and fix it?" They don't know. What? Israel. They don't need to. They already know how to fix everything themselves. I'll tell you something. It's great. Here in Second Life, you can press Control D and then do all sorts of extra things. But you ever try to do that on your computer at the office? Oh, the shit will break out. Try it. Next time you're in the office, hit Control D and see what happens.
I'm afraid to.
Yeah, you got to give it a try.
No.
Yeah, and everybody's always complaining about lag in Second Life. You ever hear this? Oh, it's laggy. Yeah, right. As if there's no lag in First Life. Next time you're at a baseball game, check out the ladies' room. You'll see plenty of lag going on right there, right?
Ride home with me some night. You'll see lag.
Yeah, exactly. Come on. Yeah. So, apparently they just did this thing. They figured out that people commuting, longer commutes, those on long commutes, the poorest 80% or so don't get involved with politics, but the richest 20% do. So that's pretty easy to figure out when you think about it. The poorest people barely get home. They're exhausted and they just want to take a nap or something, watch TV. The richest people are trying to figure out how to make the 40-minute commute down to 30, right? So they get involved, right? Anybody ever go into God mode in Second Life? Anyone here ever go into God mode? I went in one day. It was absolutely unbelievable. I got into God mode. 200,000 fucking Jira complaints popped up on my computer. I couldn't believe it.
I went into God mode once and saw myself.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. And you should see in God mode all the different people saying, could you help me find my prims? I don't know where I left them. I lost my belly ring. Do we have the comedian? Yeah, Mando, come on in here and get up on the stage. I'm going to get off the stage so you can get set up, okay? Come on, let me do this to get you off.
Lauren.
And then, of course, what? What?
Easy wants to go on stage for a minute or two. Easy wants to.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, Easy, just stand up where you are and do a little gig from right where you are right now, okay? Do it right from there. We'll let Mando get set up. I asked Easy several times and she never came back.
Oh, dear.
What is that? That's not very good. Oh, no, Easy. You got a bad mic. Nope. You tell Easy can't do that. No, Easy. No dice. No dice, Easy.
Not working.
Nope. Sorry, Easy. You got something's wrong with your mic tonight. You'll have to get it fixed. That's what happens when you're in an old... Nope.
Sounds like my Roomba.
No good. No. Please, no. Come on, Mando, get up on stage and get yourself all set up and going, all right? Come on. Mando, Easy. It's no good. It's broken, okay? Something's wrong. We don't know what it is, but we don't have time to fix it. But I'll give you the phone number to the Geek Squad. They'll come over, and if they can't fix it, at least they'll have sex with you, okay? Ooh. Nope. Yeah, I know. They come in with like stains on their shirts and stuff like that. I'm gonna fix your computer. Let me see if I get all your passwords. Is Mando getting up there, Jamie? What do you know that Mando is doing there? No word from anybody. That's it. Jay Wheels isn't talking. Mando's not talking. Well, maybe there's no show tonight. Think, are you still here?
Yep, I'm still here, but I don't have
we
anything
can't get
to
Jamie,
say.
we can't get Mando, so I don't know.
Hold on. Mando just stood up. He must be there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Well,
All right,
well,
there
come
he
on, get up
is.
on stage. It's your turn.
Mando,
It's time for
put up your
you.
stuff.
Let's go. Rock
Bring it
and
on,
roll.
Mando.
Come
Ready?
on, we're finished with the show that had nothing.
Oh.
And I want to thank everybody.
Great show, you
Know
guys.
that 5 of my friends don't like this dress, but I had 3 guys compliment what I was wearing underneath it. So,
Okay.
oh, don't you worry.